Hello my friends, my name is Ibby and welcome back to 30 Total War Divide and Conquer, where I'm playing as the Gray Havens of Lindon. This is actually a re-recording of the audio because I left a Twitter message yesterday saying that, ooh, this is really loud, that I had a lot of problems with NVIDIA Shadowplay. So as you can see, I'm talking about what we're going to be doing today, which will be attacking some settlements. We're going to do some hit and run attacks from the sea, because we're Lindon and we control the sea. It's going to be really cool. But yeah, I recorded this earlier this week. It's a Wednesday now, which is really bad. And I just had so much problems with the audio syncing up with the video. I think there's something wrong with NVIDIA Shadowplay's video. I think it's stuttering at some points. I think that's what's happening. I'm not too sure because I haven't had the time to sit and watch through the entire video. As you guys can probably see, it's like a good 50-something minutes of gameplay, so of course, whenever I decide to record a longer episode, the audio would rather fail on me, which is a pain. But I know what happens in this episode, and I'll talk about it, and I'll try and talk for as long as I can before I become tired of talking for 55 minutes of not doing much. Breland and the clans of Enedwyth have gone at war with each other, and we have been received a mission to attack Dolvorn. We will get some money for that. We are so close to going into bankruptcy. It's really bad. It'll be the first campaign I've ever gone into the negative. I've seen quite a few YouTubers who have played this game and tend to spend a lot of money and go into the negative. I don't know how I've never done it before. It seems like it's really easy to do. I'm too scared of losing money, I think. And I was trying to answer the question here, actually, about... Someone left me on my previous video about how all my generals are melee generals and not missile generals, and I have no idea if I can get missile generals. I'm not too sure. We'll have to wait and see if I can recruit another unit that will do that, but I'm very unsure. Kurdan and the Ringmaster are heading towards Dunland, as we must take Dunland out. They have some really good provinces there with good amount of gold. And we're heading into the second part of the game now. It's technically after the barracks event, so this is the main game. We can have as many units as we can now, but the problem is money. And someone did comment before saying, like, you have a ton of money right now, because I was boasting and gloating with the amount of gold I have. And then they were like, yeah, just you wait until your full armies can be fielded. And I was like, okay. And then, yeah, we're about to run out of money. So that happened. Also, someone mentioned that I really should balance these two armies out, the ones that I've sent by the boat. Not this army, because this was a separate army. But yes, I will balance them out as soon as I can get them together. I believe I do that slightly later on. But here we are, we're going to attack the first army, Captain Doniak. And as you can see, we have some Sindar archers. We've not seen them before yet, which is really cool. There's a lot of battles in this episode, and I tried to get as far forward as I could, because I know that we're heading into the second part. I did have an idea to invade the Corsairs, because I feel like that's kind of pivotal to Lindon and, you know, Corsairs having a fight together. But no, they died out. So here is another look at the ram in a second. We'll see it. Once I put my units out, I'm going to try and put them down. Didn't really work very well. In the middle, go, go, go. But yes, we're going to be doing some sieges today. The clans of Enedwyth will not know what hit them. They've gone from a fairly successful clan to absolute crap in a couple of turns. It's going to be hilarious. Here are the Sindar archers. They look really cool, very armored. Heavy missiles, would we call them. I was double checking my graphic setting as well. If you guys want to know why I don't have everything set on the full max graphic setting, it's because Medieval 2 Total War is a very old game now, and it runs on a single core, not multi-core, which means that your processor can only utilize one core at its highest clock speed. So no matter how good my computer is, or how amazing my graphics card is, even though it isn't, I would never be able to run this at the max kind of power settings, have lots of units on the field and run at 60 FPS constantly, because the single core just won't allow it. Unless that single core was clocked at such a high gigahertz, it was unbelievable, which cannot happen. But anyway, we're going to try and shoot them as much as possible and try and get inside with our Phallus Lords. Which is good because our Phallus Lords can take a lot of impact from the towers. Because they're so heavily armored and overpowered. It's amazing. As you can see, we're getting fired upon. I'm going to try and move my archers up because they have some Hunter's Guildsmen and I really want to take them out. They deserve to die. I'm going to be watching this video and seeing if there's any stuttering or anything. Because after this, I'm going to attempt to record Rune, which should also be coming out today. But the problem with that is that I hope that NVIDIA has fixed itself. I downloaded a previous version. It's still updated to NVIDIA GeForce 3.0. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see if the recording will be okay. Rune's doing very well, but it seems to be not getting as much love as some of the other campaigns. And same with the Orcs of the Misty Mountains. It's a really cool campaign, you should check it out. I don't do as well as, say, in my Lindon campaign. I wish I had a little bit more time to start playing other things. I really want to bring other things. I think that'd be really nice. To stop playing just Divide and Conquer and do something else that's a little bit more unique. I've asked you guys before. Some say stainless steel, some say another Total War. But I feel like if I brought out, like, say, like Shogun 2 or something, which I'm fairly decent at, I just think people wouldn't really watch me for it, which is a shame. I would love to play the Takeda on Legendary because I played it before. It was so good. So good. Okay. I have a habit of playing campaigns on their hardest difficulty nowadays because it's just a lot more fun, and it's very difficult on some of the later Total War games. I don't even know how I do that on Warhammer Total War, which I've not played for a while. I'm thinking about upgrading my graphics card currently, and I'm thinking about upgrading it to either two things. There's the NVIDIA 980 Ti, and then there is the 1070. The 1070 is the newest graphics card to come out. That sort of range, the 1070, 1080, 1060. But I think the 1070 is still a little bit too expensive for what I can get it for. The reason why I would say a 980 Ti is just basically because I don't play on 1080p anymore. I play on 1440p. It's a very odd resolution. It's like the slight higher up quality. It's basically like Super HD, but not 4K. Now these 100 Guildsmen are doing very well at shooting me down, and I really need to stop them. That's why I've moved up my archers. They seem to do quite well against us, but as you can see, our archers are fantastic. I know that Lindon hasn't got the best archers, and they have a lot more infantry than, say, the Woodland Realm, but my god, their archers are still amazing. The Sindar archers are good. Sindarin archers are fantastic. Yeah, I'm taking your guys' advice now. I don't want to lose my archers. I'm putting everything into loose formation. I'm testing it out for myself. We'll see. I don't think actually putting them in loose formation affects the way they fire and the amount of kills they get, so I shall be doing that to reduce my losses. I killed 35% of them. I'm only 8 minutes into this recording, and I'm already thinking, I don't know how I'm supposed to get through. Like, when you play it, it's easy, because you're playing it. You're enjoying what you're doing. You're multitasking. But when you're talking over something, you have to rewatch and comment on what you see and what you remember. Which is not the same. I'm itching to play some Rune. As you can see, a lot of the elves look very similar. They're all clones, and it makes sense why they all call themselves brothers, because they pretty much all are brothers. We've already killed their captain, but they're not routing yet. They seem to be doing fairly well. Okay. Fire! Elves of Lindon.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
I think in the earlier versions of Third Age Total War, and not Divide and Conquer, the Lindon elves were just high elves, and I'm pretty sure they also owned in Ladris and had regions in the far west. But no, I think this gameplay is pretty much over for this battle. We seem to have done a lot of damage to them. There's not much else we can really do. What else is going on? Oh yeah, so I probably will be rebranding myself soon now that I'm back in uni and I have time to do graphics again, even though my graphics has been concentrated on uni stuff right now. I will probably rebrand myself because I definitely need it.
This is a clear victory.
I just need something that I'm a little bit more proud of because I'm really proud of my channel. I'm just really not proud of my name. Talked about it before. Still haven't thought of a good name, to be honest. Some people were suggesting I take my name from the lore of Lord of the Rings, like a name generator, and oh, maybe I can find that name for you now. Right, let's have some fun. As you can see, our archers did quite well. While this is going on, and I can use this time to talk about other things, I will go and find up a Lord of the Rings name generator. Lord of the Rings name generator. This will be fun. Our lands will be safe once more, even though we're invading enemy territories and going to try and kill Sauron.
Yes, my lord.
Okay, right. So Middle Earth name generator. I know you can't see it, but I'll tell you about it. So I'll put my name in. My name is Ibrahim, in case you're wondering.
At ease.
Do I put a second name in? I do. What race shall I be? Dwarf? Dwarf sounds cool. Gender, male, of course. Okay, so I'd be known as Gonus, Naren's son. Gonus. Sounds like a lot like gonad. Alright, let's see Hobbit then. Okay, my Hobbit name would be Friggo, the green-handed Oddfoot of Bag End. Fraggo, the green-handed Oddfoot of Bag End. That's quite a mouthful to say. Okay, let's keep going, let's keep going. Elven? Ooh. Eobrind, King of Nargothrond. Nargothrond. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay, wizard, let's go. Gothmog, Lord of Waters. I like Gothmog, but it's kind of an evil name. But then Lord of Waters is just kind of like, well, why? Okay, let's go human then. Last one. Carwyn, King of the Dead. It's cool.
Yes, sir. Full sail.
Some of these names are pretty cool, but I just think they don't really suit me because I like Lord of the Rings, but I'm not like fanatical. I want to name myself after it because I don't know. I feel like I could do something else. But that is what I have to figure out for myself in some ways. But there we go. There's some Middle Earth name generators. I wonder if I go back, it will make me a new name. No, it won't.
Elves, we must give up the road.
So let's put in my YouTube name, and then we'll see what that comes up with. As right now in the game, you can kind of see what's going on right now. I'm basically moving my forces towards Dunland, and we are attacking Dolvorn, and we're going to be attacking further down into the clans of Inadwaith. As you can see, I've gone into the negative figures now in money, so that's not good. We need to come out of that somehow, and I will eventually. Okay, so here's my YouTube name, Get Milky. I hate that name. Let's go for Hobbit again and see. Ooh. Okay, my Hobbit name is Tango, Prince of Pipeweed, Took, Ringbearer. Again, a rather big mouthful. Okay, yeah, they have a lot of Wildman defenders. I don't like that. They're not very good, mind, but they have a general as well. I never realized that. I completely forgot. Let's see, Elven. Oh. Arachîr, Lord of Lorien. That's a cool name. That's pretty cool. Dwarf. Vili, son of Tibur. Sounds quite Russian. Wizard. Unin. Ringbearer. And last but not least, human. Cod. I feel like a lot of my names have something related to do with fish. Cod. Lord of Dol Amroth. Cod. With 2 Ds. Cod. Oh. He just said something really nasty. He just said, I'll cut your hair out. Seems a little bit, I don't know, non-elegant for an elf, if that makes sense. This army has a ton of new units. We've got the Sindar Guards, that's a heavy unit. As you saw, the Lindon Mariners, that was what they called. We have some cavalry, which I won't be using. And again, we have some Sindar Archers. We have the Sindar Guard. We also have another unit with the shields. The shields remind me a lot of, whatchamacallit's name, Prince Sigvald from Warhammer. Let's go. Yes, now watch, right? This is just one volley. One volley into the enemy army. How much damage can we do with one volley? Take your guesses now. 4%. Yeah, 4% per volley. With, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 units of archers. Imagine if you had like 10 of them. Think about how damage you do. Of course, now that they've gotten up to their loose formation, they'll take a little bit less damage. But as you can see, 9% from that thing right there. That's a lot of damage. A lot of damage. We're heading to the gate. Try and do as much damage as we can. I'm going to move my archers over now. We're going to try and hit the other side.
The battering ram is in place. It'll not be long before our enemies
move in our heavier units. A lot of our units are quite light right now. We only have one heavy unit and one medium unit. Lindon Mariners are a light unit. And I think they're probably better as you can see from their stats here. 15 attack, 8 charge. Probably good as a flanking force. They're kind of like the No Dachi Samurai from Shogun 2. That's my closest reference to a unit like that. Shock infantry. Sindar Guards and the Sindar Spearmen. Ready your bows, elves of Bitland. I'm gonna try and do as much damage to this Wildman Defender unit. 197. How well will they fare?
Our men have done well. The gates have fallen.
Look at the Elven Ram. So elegant. I think our archers are kind of, they're doing too much of an arcing shot, which is not very good. Yeah, the video is stuttering. The video is clearly stuttering. I'm hearing it. The sound effects are not going through right. This is weird. Okay, so that's the issue. That's the issue there. It's in video shadowplay. I've pretty much found it right there.
Like this, we will smash the enemy.
I wonder why that is. I'm very curious to know why that is. As I was wondering why. Yeah, like you can hear the sound effects are all wrong. Interesting. I'm gonna record Rune after this, and we'll double check and we'll see. Because I reinstalled the G4 experience, which should be what's actually causing it. Let's see. Let's see if I can find some answers to this actually. Past week. I wonder if it's fixed it now that I've changed it. I wonder if anybody else has been having this problem. I don't think so. It might have just been me. If not, I'll do a clean reinstall of everything after and try and see if that works. And if that fails, then I will
Only half the enemy
go
force
back
remain.
to a previous version of NVIDIA GeForce, because I know that it was only when I upgraded to the 3.0 GeForce it started doing this. But I'm very glad that I've seen what's happened, and I know that it's not, and I know that it's the software.
Our soldiers have proved their worth today. The enemy's walls.
Yeah, that noise. I can hear it. I can hear it. You guys can probably hear it too. It's just really late, delayed. Because every time I record, the video's like maybe 20 seconds more delayed than the actual audio. Interesting. Okay, well, anyway, let's get back to the gameplay. We're losing quite a lot of elves, and I want to kind of mitigate that. Our elves are starting to run out of arrows as well, so it's not very good. I'm gonna fire into the backs of these Irinvorn. Irinvorn woodsmen. They need to die. Apart from that, nothing else is really happening. I just wish they would rout already. We've lost 15%. That's quite a lot for elves. Quite a lot for elves. Alright, come on. Come on. Yep, and we can see all the casualties we've obtained. And casualties we're causing. It's the towers, though. Really, the towers do a lot of damage to us, and I'm really annoyed that the towers are still going on. It's really hard to take out towers in this sort of situation. In fact, towers in any siege are really annoying.
Our men have slain
there he
the
is.
enemy general. Without him, his troops will lose their will to fight.
That's odd. The audio was better there. I don't know what's going on. Oh, yeah, there's a definite desynchronization there. And here we come to the end of the battle.
Behold how we awed by the
It's only like a
victory we
second
have won
behind
here
now.
Today.
Yeah, it's only like a second behind. Okay, well, there we go. We won that battle. We lost quite a bit of men. And here comes to the point where the game crashes. So all of that was for nothing. As you can see, you can hear the noise. Yep. So here we go. We're back in. I sacked it this time. I just did the auto-win command because I'm not fighting that again. I did try and auto-resolve it normally and would take the loss, but it didn't work as much. And so that's why. So, well, we're going to deal with that.
Elves, elven warriors.
So let's keep going. I might be a couple of seconds behind now because I accidentally...
Can't do it. Ships ready.
There we go.
Follow me. Come, my brother.
23:10. I'm slightly ahead now, but it's not going to be that big of a problem.
Like the wind.
So now we're going to head into the second part of this gameplay for this episode, and we're going to try and take Berost and merge our troops together, actually, so we have a cohesive army. That's a little bit better. And then take mighty Haven Master Kurdan down towards Dunlarach, which will be the capital of Dunland, which we need to take out.
Elves, we must give up
I'm
the
so
road.
annoyed,
At ease.
and I'm wondering what's going to happen, actually, with the gameplay when I record it.
Ships ready. Ships ready.
I'll record a slightly smaller episode of Rune today. You'll see Lindon first, of course. I'm going to render them...
Fine day to sail.
Yeah, I'm going to record and render Lindon
Ships ready.
after.
My lord.
Such a nice song. This is the song that was used at the end of The Return of the King when Frodo was leaving to the Undying Lands. And he was telling Sam to be really not sad and to go back to his wife and children. And then he would be happy. Until Sam went and joined him in the Undying Lands. Of which, I was looking at a theory, actually, of what would happen to Sam and Frodo when they go to the Undying Lands. Because they're not elves. They've just been granted access to it. So if you think of the Undying Lands as just a different continent, technically Sam and Frodo would die there. Which is quite sad. But, yeah, that would happen. See, look, the audio is fine now. There's no desynchronization of the audio. Berost doesn't have anything in it, and they only have like 3 turns to kind of wait. So I'm going to take out my other army. We're going to come and attack Londangren, try and take that out. And Gondor owns some provinces quite far up. Normally the clans of Indwyth are quite powerful in that sense. But the thing is, they've gone against Bree now, so even if I didn't come and fight them, they would be done for. Because if you think about it, right, Bree has only 1 enemy now. It's clans of Indwyth. The Northern Dunedain has only 1 enemy. It's the clans of Indwyth. And the Orcs of the Misty Mountains are in too much deep shit right now around different factions, all at war with them to come and attack us. So, really right now, we could do whatever we want. In fact, if we were to sit back and kick back and relax for the rest of the whole campaign, nobody else would attack us because we're too powerful. Of course, though, we're going to go into Mordor and destroy the ring. That is my plan, to take armies and go forth. But we need land. We need land and we need armies to do so. We also need to take out Isengard. So, Haven Master Círdan is going there. I'm checking out to show you guys what happened to Umbar. As you can see, they're gone. They were destroyed in a crusade last episode. Not a crusade, an invasion. An invasion of Umbar. And now we own the sea. And what I was trying to do here was actually get rid of some of my ships because they're not needed. But you cannot get rid of them unless they're docked in a port. Or, from what I saw there, on land. Interesting. So I'm going to rejig around my army. I'm going to put some more archers in this army because they don't have very many. And then take out a general. I will do it in a minute. Take out a general. There we go. And pop it in. And then we're going to head back out and we're going to go towards the next settlement, which I can't remember which one it is. It's over here. It's a rebel town right now, Indwyth City. So yeah, we're going to go and try and take over some more provinces. The clans of Indwyth must be pretty weak already, actually. So here's a rebel fort, and then Dun Lorak. So we want to kill him, and that, it looked like Moot Lord Tremak. That is called Madog the Fat. There's a lot of generals, actually, from clans of Indwyth and Dunland called the General and then the Fat. So, General the Fat. A massive, mighty army. Can we hold them off? Probably. We're overpowered elves. That army there, Master Haven, Círdan the Mighty, could take down any army right now. Because he has so many generals units, it's unbelievable. If you think about it, right, if you had 2 full stacks of kind of Dunland's militia or middle tier infantry, or any Valesmen, even Valesmen infantry, they would just be slaughtered by his units. In fact, I want some more Mithlond nobles. Mithlond nobles would be fantastic. They're so overpowered. Ugh. I'm getting rid of some of my units that are in settlements that have no free upkeep because we don't need them. As you can see, my debt's sitting at about 9 grand, so we need to get rid of that 9,000 doubloons before we can get into the positives again. Dun Lorak. Let's keep going. Let us keep going into their lands and try and kill them all. The wild men have no place on this Middle Earth anymore. Clans of Indwyth have come speaking to me. What do you wish? No. And with that, they come and attack us. We've captured quite a lot of land in this episode. This will be our 3rd province. And we're not done yet. In fact, we're just over the halfway. We're not really evil, they're just kind of trying to do their own thing and we're coming and slaughtering them audibly. Is that a warg? Yes, it is. So here we are, on the battlefield. And basically my archers could do most of the work here. There's not really a need for infantry. And of course, the Sindar archers have stakes, which is good. Sticky stickies. Of course, there has been no building or any sort of economy in this episode. There won't be, because I don't have any money to do so. But I know that when I get my economy back on track, the next thing to do is probably start building culture in some of the provinces, just to start kicking that off. And then, most likely, getting mines wherever I can, and just focusing on building up my military from my home provinces, and then money from all the other places. The idea of the elves will probably be that because we have the ships, we can send units out to different places really fast, as long as we hold the edge over the coast. Now look at this, right? The elves have an amazing range, but they just can't seem to get in range of this outlaw unit, the captain, which is a shame. We need to come in here and kill him. See, look, they're still not in range. They're too spread out. And the other unit of outlaws is hidden. And they're literally right in front of us, and they're hidden. And I'm like, trying to take my cavalry out to find them, as you can see. Well, they're gone. Yeah, they're there. They're right there, but we can't get them. Okay, fire. On to the outlaws. Here comes the first volley. Will it kill a lot of them? Technically, they should all die from that one volley. They've been brought down from 44 to 24. So 20 kills. Second volley. They've gone down from 24 to 18. So not as much. As the unit decreases in size, they're a lot harder to hit. But now I know that that outlaw unit is pretty much gone. Our cavalry will take them down. Of course, the charge was not as good because we had to find this unit before we could even attack them. Okay.
The battle is very much in our favor.
Fantastic.
Victory will be ours.
So now I'm bringing my infantry to support my archers because they probably will get to us. There's too many of them. And our archers are not willing to fire where I'm telling them to. And they're probably killing some of our own men. As you can see, look, they're still firing. Because when you put them on fire at will, they will not listen to you. Here we go. Okay, let's keep going. Let's kill these clan outlaws. Our men are getting into position. Our elves, in fact. As we rain fire upon them. They have a unit of Grey Flood Raiders. Which is really bad because they're decent javelinmen. That's what the clans of Inedwythe are known for. So they really should recruit more of them or be given more as garrisoned. In fact, I really like javelinmen. They're very good at taking down armor. And armor is a massive thing in this mod. Armor and hit points, even though not many units have more than one hit point, but armor is definitely something there. It's a lot more than the normal medieval Total War, because the armor of the normal medieval Total War is quite bad, actually. Units can rout and be killed really easily, so it's very easy to lose an army, whereas in Divide and Conquer, to lose an army is very hard. Unless you're the AI, and terrible. Fort Spearmen are being slaughtered. This is the first volley, brought down from 170 something to 156. And they're getting hit in the side and back now, which is really not good for them. That's where we get most of our damage, because they have a shield on the front, so that counts towards some of their defense. Close in on them. And so the battle for Berost is pretty much over. Not much else to go, really. Just mop them up. Gonna try and hit this outlaw unit. I think after this campaign, the next one I'm going to want to try is probably Angmar, seeing as Arachîr did not finish his. He might, I think he's going back to it, but now's the perfect time because Angmar was technically voted quite high, and I wanted to play it, and I want to complete it. Yeah. Of course, the Forks Axemen There's a lot of casualties to be had, but I think because they were so... Oh, the enemy general's been killed.
The enemy are badly
And then the 4 Axemen route.
They have lost
Yeah, the
half
charge
their
on the 4 Axemen was decent, but because they were so clumped up, and they had such a large mass, it didn't kill as much of them as I wanted to. The outlaws have been completely slaughtered. Oh, the outlaws are broken too. We've won. I wonder how much percentage we've killed of them. I'll show you in a minute, probably.
The enemy army flees the field. Pursue and run them down.
I think that's pretty much them gone. 96%, there we go. 53 men lost, and as you can see, I think that's 182 from the Arachîr archers, if I can read that properly. Very good, very good. We're making good progress. That's our 3rd settlement captured in this episode. I'm pretty sure settlement-wise, all we need to do now is kill...
They will not...
Yeah, is to kill... Isengard. Once I take Isengard out, I'm gonna take my ships and we're gonna sail up to the Black Gate. How cool will that be? How amazing will that be? That'll be so fantastic. It'll be so funny. Elves just traipse into it. I wonder, right? Because there is a script which allows Gollum to take the ring. Oh, if that happens, by the way, I am reverting to a previous save because that is bullshit. Where my elf is in a massive army and there's no chance that Gollum would be able to take the ring. But what would happen, right, if you have your, like, I think every turn there's a percentage chance that the ring has been taken from you. It's a very low percentage chance, I think. But what happens if you run a ship and it was taken from you? It would make no sense. Of course, I don't know if that could happen. Technically, I don't think there's anything that would stop that from happening because you're still... I don't know. I don't know how that would work. Probably wouldn't. I don't think anybody would have taken account for that in the script. So we're about to attack Dunlorak because my thoughts are, okay, so the army inside it's really small. The army outside is a massive army with no general. If I'm attacked by that, then I defeat both those armies. I've killed 2 in 1 stone. 2 birds with 1 stone, pretty much. And I'll have Dunlorak. And Dunlorak should have a lot of money. And as you can see, I am not so far into the red as I was. I'm starting to stabilize a little bit, which is really good because the armies that I'm using have barely lost any elves, and I can keep them going down. Of course, I'm going to start to replace some of my elves with a better force. So here we go. Here's the last battle of the episode. As you can see, they have a lot of men, and their men are quite high chevroned and experienced. So they've obviously fought off a fair few different armies. I don't know who they'd fought. Rohan? Dwarves of Khazad-dûm? That's a good question I need to pose as well. The Dwarves of Khazad-dûm own Khazad-dûm. So I was wondering, because money's so tight right now, imagine if I was to attack Khazad-dûm. If I held Khazad-dûm, then I would earn a lot more money. That's like 3 grand from one place. So I was going to ask you guys whether you would be okay with me attacking them. I really do want to attack them because it means that I could get a lot of money. And it would be cool to attack the dwarves. But I'll leave that to you guys until next week. If you guys want to see that, then say so. I'll take Haven Master Kurdan and we'll plunge into Khazad-dûm and try and take that from them. Khazad-dûm West and Khazad-dûm East, I think they don't own anymore, and I think they're set to passive from what I've heard. So I'm going to set my units up in this clear patch over here because with the enemies attacking me, which they are, they're going to have to come down and attack me. And what I can do is I can just set up my nice line of my, elves. And as you can see, the audio is desynchronized again. The audio desynchronizes as it goes along. I have no idea why.
The enemy are bringing in reinforcements.
Shadowplay audio out of sync. These are all very old. Oh, nice. Okay, right. I've got a link to something in case everything goes wrong. I'm going to keep that. Do I have no more notes? I don't have any more notes. Notepad. Ta-da! Here we go. Paste. Desktop. Oh, I have to change the name for it. How bad is that? So basically what's happening right now, and it's something that I despise from this update of Divide and Conquer, and I'm pretty sure everybody despises this, even the people who made it, Arachîr and such, is that the AI system, which they changed it to, which was a new system, is kind of broken. And it results in enemy armies who come in, who are joined together. So a reinforcement army will refuse to attack you. And I really dislike that. Now, I have watched Arachîr's videos and he's been talking about why that happened and that they're going to fix it. But it's just a shame that it happened. And it's a shame that all the campaigns I have on Divide and Conquer until that's released will have this issue. But of course, there's nothing that can be done. Stuff like this happens all the time. And of course, the update to version 1.1 was amazing, so I'm very happy indeed still. It's just the AI with reinforced armies. That's one of the only problems. In fact, nothing else has really come up with too much of an issue. I barely have any crashes, touch wood. And I rarely have any other issues with anything to do with the game. So I'm very happy with it indeed. I'm very glad. So the Dunlending Berserkers are rushing me. For some reason, I have no idea. My archers, I'm turning off fire at will. I'm going to wait till they come up, and you're going to see volley by volley into the enemy army. If you guys came to see a slaughter, well, you've come to the right place. So as you can see, the Dunlending Berserkers. Here we go. A fire. They're going to turn their backs to me, and the first volley is going to hit. In a second. There you go. You can hear it. So this one unit has already been brought down. Pretty much in that one volley. To at least a quarter of its army strength. A quarter of its unit strength has been brought down. Here comes the second volley. But a slight volley here. At this point, they decide they're going to run away. And thus, I will speed it up again. And see, this is the thing that's annoying with the AI. Like, it's just broken beyond belief for this. The pathfinding for it and everything. It's gone. What they're doing is just unknown to me. Alright, come on then. Come and attack me, please. I'm bringing up one of my cavalry units to try and take charge a little bit and kind of bait them into attacking me. However, I don't think they're going to do it. So I've hit the done here champions. We lost a couple of our cavalry, but I don't think we killed much of their unit. Killed a few. Okay, another unit's coming in now to try and attack us. What are they? The Wolf Swordsman. Well, Wolf Swordsman, you will not do very well today. Waiting till they get in range. Here comes the second volley into the second unit. Second proper volley. This is hitting them right in the face though, so if they'll have a little bit more defense, because they have a shield and chainmail armor from what it looks like. There we go, a decent hit. A lot of them die from that. Not enough. The second volley, however, should probably do a lot more damage. Here comes the second volley. There we go. Look at the death. Look at the carnage. Some of them are really bloody. They're trying to march for our cavalry. Now, this is where they start to take a lot more damage because they've turned to their side. Technically, it's their shield side, but still. So our archers are shredding them. They're already below 100 men. I think they were on 143 originally. They're on 90 something right now. I thought the Dunlending Berserkers coming from the left side. Yeah, there is. And of course up here, some other units are coming. So I don't really get it. The army that's supposed to attack us is attacking us. The one that's coming out of the fort. However, the army that came... No, the army that came out of the city of Dunlorak is coming attacking me. The army from the fort is not. So I'm really annoyed. At this point, my archers are not doing anything. But here, look, here's a clear indication of how wrong everything is. They have stopped to have a bit of banter with my elves. They're literally just talking to each other. They're like 10 feet away. How weird is that? Properly weird, isn't it? And here is my elves not doing what I'm telling them to do. They're not on fire at will. And they're just shooting the unit in front of them, which is a shame. You need to actually command them to stop before they will actually fire on a new target. So as you can see the two units here, they're still firing. I'm just gonna charge those berserkers. Yeah, I think they were the berserkers. And now the Dunlending Warband is being absolutely destroyed. So here comes the cavalry in for a nice charge. And of course the Dunlending Berserkers have routed.
The battle is very much in our favor. Victory.
Yeah, audio's gone out of sync. The enemy army is still just sitting there, doing nothing, not having too much to go on. I have no idea why. I'm just gonna sit there and casually attempt to attack us. In fact, it's not really spoiling it. I don't think they even get to our front line, which is really awkward. Here's Wolf Swordsman getting charged from a unit of Teleri Riders. Broken, beaten and scarred. Yeah, our archers are just mopping them up. Ooh, that's a juicy target of a warband. A juicy target for a catapult, to be honest. This resync is really bad.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Yep, that's them pretty much gone. They're not even attacking us. I really have absolutely no words. I have no words. I think I go into encirclement mode in a second and I just try and encircle them. I'm trying to kill them all. That's really it. Just look at this unit though. They're just sitting in front of us. They're not even attacking our front line. They refuse to attack our front line. They're just gonna sit there. Look. And shield wall. Absolutely destroyed. Oh, come on, archers. Got one more volley off. Yeah, here we go. I'm gonna make my men encircle them, as they refuse to do anything else. Hit the Dunlending Warband at the back. And that's it, really. The other enemy army at the back refuses to come and attack us. They refuse to do anything. It's so bad.
If we continue like this, we will smash.
There we go. Dunlending warriors have routed. And they all rout now into the last units. And that's it, really. So there we go. Now, the enemy army is not going to come and attack me, so I'm going to stop talking here for a good, let's say, 5 minutes or so while this kind of clears up. In fact, to be honest, the episode is pretty much over. I think I'm going to stop talking now altogether, and then I'll let you guys watch the rest in peace without my voice. But we will take Dunlarak because the enemy army refuses to come attack me, and I'm not going to attack them. I could do, but I don't have any more missiles, and I don't want to risk losing a lot of my generals to, say, kill an army that refuses to attack me. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'm sorry that it was recorded so late and put out late. Blame NVIDIA Shadowplay and not me for once. Anyway, my name was Ibby as always. Thank you for watching, and that is me signing off for now.
The day is at an end, and victory is clearly ours.
We've defeated their wretched armies. Our lands will be safe once more. Claim it for the free peoples.
Greetings. I come very many thanks. Your time was most valuable. We thank you.